Okay, everybody, this is 6th grade math. We're getting ready to start 9.1, lesson 9.1. Here's my contact email for PowerPoints and video, and for solution PowerPoints and or quizzes and tests for all of these course suites here. Part 1, equivalent expressions, 9.1 will be exponents within Unit 4 here. Here is your standard. Right, in evaluate expressions involving whole number exponents. And we have 49 points here of classwork and then 9 points of note-taking. Here is the bell work. Students do this bell work as you come in the classroom. And homeschoolers do this as your warm-up for this lesson. Here's the answer for number 2. After teachers, give your students about 5 minutes to do this. Let them use a calculator, that's up to you. And then here's the answer for number 1. Page 1 of the classwork. And usually for chapter openings, we have a reading startup here. Visualize vocabulary here. Use the check words to complete the graphic. Factor, integers, numerical expression, operations, prime factorization. We've covered, these are not previews, but these are our vocab words for this chapter. Integer, 24 is an integer. You use the check words to complete the graphic. Here's integer here, integer. Okay, for factor tree, which of these words would we put in here? Factor, yeah. Prime factorization. So we would have factor here, and then prime factorization. And then 8 times 3, what's that? Gosh, that's a lot of different things, huh? Integers, yeah, these two are integers. Factors, well, they're factors of something, of the product. Operations, yeah, this is an operator. Numerical expression, it's a numerical expression here, using numbers instead of variables. And then what's this? We have 2, 4, 6, 7 different terms here, explanations for this relation right here. Integers, factors, operations, numerical expression, prime factorization. All of these numbers here are prime, so it could very well be prime factorization of what number? 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 is what? Classwork page 1. Classwork page 2. Understanding vocabulary. Complete the sentences using the preview words. Here's our preview words. Base exponent, order of operations, and power. Power. A number that is formed by repeated multiplication by the same factor is a rule for simplifying expressions is, you choose from these words up here to fill in down here, students. And then the blank is the number that is multiplied. The number that indicates how many times this number is used as a factor is a blank. For 1, it is power. 2 is order of operations. 3, the base is a number that is multiplied. And then the number indicated blah 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 is used as factor is the exponent, is how many times the base is multiplied. Page 3, this is notebook. Students, this goes in your notebook. Essential question: how to use exponents to represent numbers. Identify repeated multiplication. A real-world problem may involve repeatedly multiplying a factor by itself. A scientist observed the hourly growth of bacteria and recorded his observations in a table. So here we go to a table, page 4 in your classwork. Here is a table here, time in hours, and then total bacteria here. After 2 hours, there are 2 times 2 equals blank what bacteria. 2 times 2 is what? And then so fill in your blanks here, students. Complete the table. What patterns do you see in a total bacteria column? Total bacteria column. That's 4. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. Complete the table. What patterns? There's a pattern here. Do you see in total bacteria column? Each number is 2 times the previous number. So we have page 6 in our classwork. Communicate mathematical ideas. How is the time in hours related to the number of times 2 is used as a factor? The number of hours is the number of times a factor 2 is repeated. So for 2 hours it's 2 squared, and then for 3 hours it's 2 cubed. For 4 hours it's 2 to the 4th power, etc. So that will be a conclusion that you could draw from that table. Page 7 in your notebook, students, using exponents. A number that is formed by repeated multiplication of the same factor is called a power. A number that is formed by repeated multiplication. You can use an exponent and a base to write a power. For example, 7 cubed means the product of 3 sevens, yes? 7 cubed equals what? What's 7 cubed? 7 times 7 times 7. The exponent tells how many times the base, the exponent's here, how many times the base appears in the expression here. It says 3 times, so there's your 3 times 7. The base is the number that is multiplied. This is your notebook, students. A very important notebook entry here. 4 points on the notebook check, which is usually on Friday. Notebook, page 8. And we have a table here, power, how to read the power. 6 squared, how do we read that? 6 squared, 6 to the power 2, 6 raised to the 2nd power. How would you read this? 7 to the 3rd power. 7 cubed, 7 to the power of 3, 7 raised to the 3rd power. And then 9 to the 4th here. 9 to the power of 4, 9 raised to the 4th power. Classwork, page 9. Example 1, part 1. Use an exponent to write each expression. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. How would you write that using an exponent here? Find the exponent by counting number of 3's being multiplied. So count those. The exponent would be 5 because there's 5 3's up here. And then 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 would be 3 to the 5th power. 5 factors of 3. Okay, then we go into our homework here. We have 17 points on our homework, 9 points of notes that was in the classwork. Here's a table here on page 1 of your homework to fill out. And then page 2 of the homework here. If you need more room, attach an answer sheet up here, staple an answer, another sheet of paper to it. Page 2 of your homework. Page 3 of your homework would be here. This has been lesson 9.1 of 6th grade math. Here's my contact email. Have a good day.